Rise of the Tomb Raider, released back in 2015, provides us with an action-adventure and almost survival gameplay experience, and also coming to Xbox Game Pass in December 2023, but who knows for how long. There are a ton of great games out there, I'm not gonna lie, so why should you check out this particular title again, or at all? I will speak about some major story events, gameplay, and a bit about the graphics as well. This review is for those who have forgotten about this game, or the ones who have never played it. But if you have never played it before, I want to let you know that this review contains major story spoilers. You also have the option to skip the story part in this review by simply clicking the next chapter in the timeline below. So let's jump right into it and start with the story as usual for the videos on this channel. As hungry for knowledge as always, Lara Croft traces some hints of her murdered father after the lost city of Kitezh in Siberia to find the Devine Source, a unique and legendary artifact which can provide immortality to mankind. Starting the journey with Lara's best friend Jonah, after discovering some hints in Syria, it drags her into the cold of Siberia, not knowing that one of her friends named Anna is also looking for the artifact. So it turns out that Lara is not alone here. The organization named Trinity, which is also responsible for the death of Lara's father, is searching for it. Not only that, Anna, actually Lara's friend, is behind the Trinity's investigation and hunt for the relic in Siberia. It turns out that Anna is sick and is looking for the artifact with her brother Constantine to cure Anna from her certain death. Constantine in this relationship wants to help her sister to survive, but also it would give him access and full control about an undead army. In the beginning of Lara's journey, she and Jonah are going to get separated during an exploration through the glaciers. Now, on the path on her own, Lara is going to meet a man named Jacob, who turns out to be the protector of the Devine Source. Jonah and Lara were able to find each other again. But when they were facing Constantine, Jonah got shot and almost died. Only Jacob can help him in this case. What Lara didn't know at this point is that Jacob also was once hunting for the Devine Source, which he has found and used centuries ago. Lara witnessed herself that Jacob got shot, but all of a sudden he was walking again without any injuries. That was the point where Jacob told her about his story and decided to help Jonah healing his wound before he passes away. In the meantime, Trinity is pushing forward and soon make their way into the lost city, which is covered under the ice. Lara has to make sure that she is one step ahead of Anna and Constantine, but of course they will meet in a showdown. But before that, she has to make her own way through the city of Kitezh, against an undead army which was used once by Jacob, also known as the Prophet. During the fight against the undead, Lara also has to face Constantine, who is attacking her out of a helicopter, who you beat by the help of Jacob's daughter, who's controlling a catapult and shoots at Constantine. After all those events, Lara finally reaches the place where the relic is stored and has to destroy it. Even if it means the death of Jacob and Anna anyway, because she can't get her immortality. I know that there is a lot more to discover in the entire story, and so much more background. But those were just some major events and maybe help you to get back into it. Or if you have never played it, maybe I woke your interest. But enough of this storytelling, let's check out some gameplay impressions. Almost a decade ago and Rise of the Tomb Raider feels like it was released last week. The controls on the gamepad, in this case on Xbox, are super easy and simple to understand. The entire gameplay system works just fine. How the character walks, climbs and engages with objects is just perfect. Lara has the option to use guns, a bow or even a grapple in combat, and you will also be able to upgrade your favorite equipment. I personally choose the handgun with a silencer fairly often, and of course the bow. I just like how you can act with the character and your equipment in, let's say, stealth mode. if you climb up trees and attack from there, or you hide in a bush and perform a stealth takedown. All up to you. Yes, there's also the combat option to just go crazy and run into a fight with an action pump gun or any other weapons. Don't get me wrong, this is also a lot of fun, especially if you play on easy/story mode, where it's just hard to die at all. But of course, if you want a challenge, then you increase the difficulty mode. In my case, I was just interested in the story again, so easy mode was my preferred choice. As you discover camps throughout the partly open world map, they unlock the option to always go back in the fast travel menu every time you want. Well, whenever you rest there. But staying at the camp also gives you the option to spend your skill points and make Lara a real action survivor. The possibility to upgrade your gear is also available campsite. I strongly recommend to do the side missions if available as well. Not only are they providing you with an extra experience and a nice little sidetrack, sometimes they also give you a free upgrade for your gear. The side missions also can lead you to places you haven't discovered yet, such as tombs or collectibles, which could have easily been missed if you just stick to the story. So definitely worth checking out as often as available. As always in terms of the graphics, I won't do a deep pixel dive here, but I will guide you through the different options and I will tell you which one is my personal favorite. First of all, there are 3 modes available: Fidelity, 4K Native and Performance. 4K and Fidelity run both on capped 30 FPS. Yes, both modes will give you a crisper image quality compared to the Performance mode. But the 60 FPS mode feels just more responsive on a controller in my opinion. Also in combat action scenes, the Performance mode feels better for my eye. If you like playing on 30 FPS and if you don't mind the capped frame rate, then feel free to go with one of the other 2 options. For a game which is almost a decade old, it looks and feels like one which came out maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Sometimes in darker areas it felt like the brightness and contrast got a little mixed up, but it's also an older game and I tested it on an LG C10 combined with my Xbox Series X. But nothing which was really affecting the overall experience. If you want to have a deeper dive into the graphics, maybe you check out the Digital Foundry review from 2017. That is not a video for the current gen consoles, but they analyze the image quality on 4K on Xbox and PS4. By the way, this is not a promo for Digital Foundry or anything. I don't even know them personally. I just think they're doing a great job for graphics analyzation, so feel free to check out the link in the description below. Last but not least, the only thing which is missing for this video now is a conclusion for Rise of the Tomb Raider. So let's get to it. So all in all, the Rise of the Tomb Raider technically covers everything a good action adventure needs. Even so many years later, the gameplay experience feels still up to date. Of course you'll see that the graphics from today's games are better, but honestly not much in my opinion. It is still great to see that they provide the option for players to switch between different graphic modes. Like I mentioned earlier, I preferred the performance option. 60 FPS is just my personal new standard, but I do respect everyone else's opinion if a better resolution is preferred instead of frame rate. Though there is one thing in the game which was at some point kind of annoying. I'm not talking about the actual story, which is absolutely great. For me, it was more the settings sometimes. The constant winter and cold atmosphere in this game. Yes, in the beginning you discover a place in Syria, but after that you're stuck in the cold Siberia. At some point I was just glad when I discovered a tomb somewhere on the map which took me somewhere else in a cave or wherever, just to escape the winter feeling. All in all, this is a great game though, and I can absolutely recommend it. Especially if you consider the price. I was able to grab it in the Microsoft Store for $4.99. A great price for the amount of hours I can spend with the game. But it was also confirmed that Rise of the Tomb Raider is going to be available in December 2023 in the Xbox Game Pass subscription. So if you are a subscriber, you might just download it and play it then instead of buying it. I hope I could help you with this review. If you're still not 100% sure if you should get it or just play it again because you own it already. And if you watched till this point, maybe you consider subscribing this channel and leave a like or a comment. I really would appreciate your support. Love you all and see you next time on About Games STV.